let's have a conversation with Mike and Anna. Okay? You ready? I'll try to read slowly, but remember, you can always slow me down on the video. I want to kind of make it bigger. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Hey, Mike. I've been experimenting with some new recipes lately. You won't believe the flavors I've discovered. Oh, really? Tell me more. I'm always up for some culinary adventures. So, last night I made this Thai-inspired coconut curry with a perfect balance of sweet, spicy, and savory. The aroma alone was heavenly. That sounds amazing. I've been trying my hand at Italian cuisine. I made a homemade pasta sauce with fresh tomatoes, basil, and garlic. It was like a burst of sunshine on my taste buds. Italian is always a good choice. I love the simplicity and richness of their flavors. Speaking of richness, have you ever tried a well-made buttered chicken from Indian cuisine? Oh, absolutely. The combination of creamy tomato sauce, tender chicken, and those warm Indian spices is unbeatable. It's like a party in your mouth. Totally. And you can't forget about the bad food experiences, too. Remember that time we tried that overly salty dish at the new fusion restaurant? Ugh, yes. It was like they dumped the entire salt shaker into one serving. I couldn't taste anything else. Lesson learned. Never underestimate the power of balance in flavors. On the brighter note, I've been exploring Mexican cuisine lately. The freshness of ingredients in dishes like ceviche and the boldness of flavors in tacos are just fantastic. Nice. Mexican is so diverse. From the tangy salsas to the smoky chipotle peppers, it's like a fiesta for your taste buds. Absolutely. And have you ever tried cooking with exotic ingredients? I recently got my hands on some saffron, and it added this subtle earthy flavor to my rice dish. It was like magic. Saffron is a game changer for sure. I've been experimenting with different herbs too. Fresh rosemary on roasted potatoes is a simple touch, but takes the dish to a whole new level. Cooking really is an art, isn't it? The way you can mix and match flavors, drawing inspiration from cuisines around the world? Totally. It's a journey of discovery and creativity. Let's plan a cooking night soon and share our latest culinary triumphs. Sounds like a plan. I'll bring the Thai coconut curry and you can showcase your latest Italian masterpiece. Deal. Can't wait for our taste bud adventure. Okay, I want to say that ceviche is fantastic, but in my experience, ceviche actually comes from Peru. And it has been borrowed by other places, but Peruvian ceviche is really fantastic. Okay, let's redo this conversation, but make it a little bit easier. There were a lot of good phrases in this conversation, like sounds like a plan, and absolutely lesson learned. Those are good phrases to know. Let's take a look at our grammar. So with these lessons, I have been contextualizing the grammar. I'm doing that because it is very hard to just use one tense and make it sound natural. For example, if we look here, we have, I've been experimenting with some new recipes lately. This sentence here is in the present perfect tense. Present perfect continuous tense. Then the next sentence, you won't believe the flavors I've discovered, is in the future tense. Oh, really? Tell me more. Present simple tense. I'm always up for some culinary adventures. Present simple tense. So last night I made this Thai-inspired coconut curry. Past tense. The aroma alone was heavenly. Also past tense. That sounds amazing. Present tense. I've been trying my hand at Italian cuisine. Present perfect continuous. I made a homemade pasta sauce. Past tense. It was like a burst of sunshine on my taste buds. Past tense. You see, so finding contextualized grammar is, I'm hoping that this will show you how and when we use it. Because when we study grammar, we very often, how do I explain it? We isolate the type of grammar we're working with so that it doesn't get too confusing. But when we really speak, we use all kinds of grammar. So I just want to contextualize it a little bit more, because what we lose when we isolate the grammar is that we don't really start to understand why we use what we use. We might understand how we create it, but we don't always understand why we're using or why we choose that type of grammar. So that's what we're focusing on as I contextualize. So we're going to look here at the present tenses, like I like Thai food and Mexican food is good. Present simple. And then we have present continuous. I am experimenting with new recipes. I'm cooking Thai curry. I'm trying new foods. We use present continuous to show right now. We also use it, so present continuous can show right now, like right now would be me talking to you. I'm talking to you right now. But it can also mean an ongoing project. It sounds like experimenting with new recipes is an ongoing project for our people. I'm trying new foods. That's an ongoing project. It's something that they're doing or planning to do. So we might use it for future. Right now, an ongoing project, or for future tense. Oh, one more thing I want to say about present continuous tense. All present continuous tense needs a be verb in it. All continuous tenses. Let's just say that. All continuous tenses must have the be verb. Super important. Okay? To have all continuous tenses will have a be in it. So here we have I am trying new foods. If we go back here and look at this, this example, I've been experimenting. We have the experimenting is present, is continuous. We have been is our be verb. Okay, even though this is present, perfect, continuous, we are showing a be verb here. Okay, so all continuous tenses need the be verb. All right, so we have adjective noun collocations. A collocation is when you have words that just go together. Thai-inspired coconut curry. Coconut curry is going to be a collocation. Italian pasta sauce. Pasta sauce is very much an Italian thing. It's Italian pasta sauce. Fresh tomatoes. Those are words that go together. Comparative adjectives. Now, this is a funny thing, and I am going to take some of them out. This is not a comparative sentence, and neither is this. This is also not a comparative sentence. We have one comparison sentence or two comparative sentences here. I think it's better than Italian food. We're comparing it, Mexican food, to Italian food. Okay? And notice we use the than. It's more flavorful. It's more flavorful. When you have an adjective that has more than 2 syllables, you can't put an on the end of it. I'm going to have to do an adjective lesson soon. But if it has more than 2 syllables, then we're going to put a more in front of it rather than flavorfuller. You'd never say that. You just say more flavorful. Superlative adjectives. Again, I'm going to erase these, but we'll look at it's the best tasting food I know. Best is superlative, most good. It's the best tasting food I know. Okay? It's the best tasting food I know. Best means the most good. And if you want to say that something is best, you need to put a the in front of it. It's the best. This is the best ladybug. And this is the best frog. They are the best. All right. Now we have modal verbs. Modal verbs, we only have about 10 of them, and they're super exciting because we use them all the time. We have you can't forget about the bad food experiences too. Can plus the base verb forget. You can showcase your Italian masterpiece. You can showcase. Now, I want to talk about pronunciation for just a minute. When you say a T after an N in American English, and I think in other Englishes too, we very often don't even say the T. I can't forget. I can't. I put a little stop, but I don't actually pronounce the T. Let me make this bigger for you. Let's see. Okay, so you're going to say, I can't forget. You can't forget. And there's also a little stop here. I can't forget about the bad food experiences. Okay? We accent the can't. You can't forget. If it's a can, then it flows. It doesn't have that stop. You can showcase. You can showcase. You can showcase. It all comes together, and we don't separate our words there. You can showcase. You can't forget. The rhythm is different, right? It's you can't forget. You can showcase. There's a song. You can't forget. Da 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 da. Right? You can't forget. You can't forget. And we don't really say that T. You can't forget. It just has that little feeling. Okay? All right. Past simple tenses. Remember the time we tried that overly salty dish. So remember that time is present, but we tried that overly salty dish. We tried. Lesson learned. Learned. That's also past tense. And now we have the demonstrative pronouns. This and that. That sounds amazing. This subtle, earthy flavor is my rice in my rice dish. This and that. Possessive pronouns. I recently got my hands on some saffron. If it's the ladybug talking, he recently got his hands on some saffron. Or the frog, she recently got her hands on some saffron. And then we have the future tenses. Let's plan a cooking night soon. I'll bring Italian, you bring Thai. I'll bring the Thai curry. So it's I will. Let's plan, though. Let us is another way that we talk about the near future. I have an idea. Hey, let's do this. We're not doing it right now. We need to do it. It's in the future. Let's do this next year. So we use let us to mean the future as well. Interesting thing about the future tense. Let's kind of analyze the future tense for just a minute. Okay, so we have the future tense. And I know there are going to be some people that will fight me on this, but I will stick to my guns because future tense in English doesn't exist. I don't think we have a real future tense. We use will. That is a modal verb. And one of the things about modal verbs is they're always in present simple. And we use will to indicate the future. But we're not changing the verb to do anything special. We just put will there, and it means the future. We also use the present perfect, usually going to, but present continuous. Be going to. We use be going to indicate the future. I'm going to go to sleep early tonight. Okay? We use going to indicate the future. I'm going to do this. We indicate the future. And Then if we have an idea of something we want to do, we can say, let us ... Hey, let's... This is the present simple with let. Let us do this. Let's go on vacation next summer. And then we use time markers. So I'm going to repeat it. I don't believe that we have a real future tense. Instead, we use other tenses and other structures to indicate the future. If you disagree with me, that's fantastic. Let's have a discussion about it. Put it in the chat or put it in the comments below. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and all the vocabulary that we learned, as well as the grammar and the dialogue. And I will see you in the next video.